Imagine walking into a fruit market, picking up a pineapple, and knowing with absolute certainty in just 5 seconds whether that fruit is burstingly sweet or painfully sour. It sounds like a magician's trick, but there is a tiny, hidden detail on the skin of every single pineapple that almost everyone completely overlooks, leading to that deeply disappointing moment when you slice into what you thought was a prize fruit, only to find it bland and tough. For everyday households trying to stretch the grocery budget, for home gardeners eager to understand the signals of tropical growth, and for small farmers wanting to harvest at the absolute peak of perfection, mastering this single visual secret changes everything. You can stop guessing, stop wasting your hard-earned money, and never bring home a bad piece of fruit again, because the plant always tells the truth if you know how to read its skin. Before we dive deep into the incredible secrets of reading this fruit and unlocking its hidden uses for your soil and home, I want to invite you to become a permanent part of our family by subscribing to the channel so we can keep sharing these honest, practical breakthroughs together. It would bring me so much joy if you would take just a moment right now to drop your location down in the comments. Whether that is your specific city, a quiet rural village, a bustling farming district, or your country. We have a beautiful, vibrant community of gardeners, everyday households, and passionate farmers tuning in from every single corner of the world. And knowing exactly where your roots are planted helps me tailor all of this timeless green wisdom for the specific soil and climate you are working with every day. Most people throw away the toughest parts of this fruit without realizing the sheer growing power and household utility hidden inside the scraps. But let us start with how you can use your eyes and hands to judge a pineapple flawlessly in seconds. When you stand before a pile of pineapples, the very first thing your eyes should focus on is the size and shape of the pineapple eyes, those rough, diamond-shaped sections covering the skin. A sweet, perfectly ripe pineapple will always feature large, round, fully expanded eyes that are spaced widely apart and distributed evenly across the body. When you run your fingers over them, you can feel a distinct, raised, deeply textured indentation, which tells you the flesh underneath has swollen with sugar and juice, promising a rich explosion of flavor the moment you take a bite. If you notice the eyes are tiny, cramped close together, and almost completely flat against the skin, walk away because that fruit was picked far too early, meaning the edible flesh will be thin, the flavor will be aggressively sour, and you will end up hacking through a massive, woody core. But here is where it gets really interesting, because the story of the fruit is written directly into the crown of leaves, sitting right on top. You want to look for a pineapple boasting long, straight, lush green leaves that form a dense, vigorous canopy, because this is the ultimate proof that the plant possessed a powerful, healthy root system and received an abundance of sunlight and water throughout its life. When a plant is well nourished, it pours that vibrant energy directly into the sugars of the fruit, resulting in a heavier, juicier harvest. If you see a crown where the leaves are short, stunted, dry, or drooping, it means the plant suffered from a lack of nutrients or poor soil conditions, which almost always guarantees a thin-fleshed, bland, and unsatisfying interior. Your grandmother probably knew this next indicator, but somehow it got forgotten along the way, and that is the subtle language of skin color. The ideal sweet pineapples displays a beautiful yellow-green hue, much like the shade of fresh young leaves, with soft green edges highlighting the golden background. This specific color balance tells you the fruit is crisp, naturally sweet, and ready to be sliced, though you should plan to enjoy it within 2 days, because it is at its absolute peak. If you prefer a sharper, more refreshing tang for cooking or making preserves, choose a fruit with greener skin, which will stay firm and hold its shape perfectly. You can let a greener pineapple sit on your kitchen counter for 4 to 5 days, where it will gradually turn golden and release an intensely sweet fragrance. But if the skin is a dark, dull green and the eyes are tightly closed, it will never ripen properly and will remain intensely sour. Beyond color, you must observe the overall silhouette of the fruit, always prioritizing a perfectly cylindrical shape with a beautifully rounded body that maintains a consistent width from the top all the way to the bottom. This balanced structure proves that the fruit developed uniformly on the plant, ensuring a rich flavor and a perfectly centered core. Avoid any fruits that look lopsided, tapered like a bowling pin, or deformed, as these irregularities mean the flow of nutrients was disrupted during growth, leaving behind dry patches and uneven pockets of sourness. Next, turn the fruit upside down and closely inspect the stem at the base, keeping a sharp eye out for a stem that is small in diameter. A small stem is a reliable structural indicator that the internal woody core of the pineapple is also thin and small, leaving far more delicious, edible golden flesh for you to enjoy. A fresh, high-quality stem should look bright green and feel slightly soft, with a bit of natural elasticity, when you give it a gentle squeeze between your thumb and forefinger. If you notice the stem area is yellow, severely cracked, brittle, or throwing off a dull, musty odor, it is a clear warning sign that the fruit has been sitting in storage for weeks, losing its moisture and vital nutrients, or worse, beginning to rot from the inside out. To finalize your 5-second inspection, give the body of the fruit a very gentle press with the palm of your hand to check its resistance. A perfectly ripe, high-quality pineapple should offer a subtle, springy elasticity, feeling delightfully firm but giving just a tiny bit under the pressure of your fingers. If it feels as hard as a brick with absolutely no give, it is completely unripe and will set your teeth on edge with its sourness, whereas a fruit that feels soft, mushy, or leaves deep indents is already overripe and fermenting. Once you bring that perfect fruit home, you can use a brilliant, zero-waste household trick to slice it in less than a minute without ever peeling the skin, digging out the eyes, or soaking the flesh in salt water. First, take a standard ceramic kitchen bowl from your cupboard, turn it completely upside down on your countertop, and gently draw the edge of your kitchen knife across the rough, unglazed ceramic ring on the bottom a few times. This simple friction realigns the microscopic edge of the blade, making it incredibly sharp so it glides through the fruit cleanly without crushing the delicate cells and spilling all the precious juice. Place the pineapple flat on your cutting board, slice off the top green crown and the bottom stem base, and stand the fruit upright before slicing it completely in half. If you look closely at the open face, you will see natural, diagonal lines etched into the pattern of the skin. Take the tip of your sharp knife and slice straight down along these natural lines, then rotate the half and slice along the intersecting lines to create a beautiful checkerboard pattern. When you place the half on a plate, the fruit retains its gorgeous, natural shape, but your family, guests, or workers can easily pluck out perfect, bite-sized golden cubes that are completely free of skin and ready to eat. Now, as a resourceful household, a dedicated gardener, or a cost-conscious farmer, you must never throw away the leftover green leaves or the tough, discarded skins because they are packed with incredible benefits. The fresh green leaves can be thoroughly washed and steeped in boiling water to create a soothing, fragrant herbal tea that aids digestion and cools the body on a hot day. Even better, that green top crown can be easily transformed into a stunning, vibrant indoor ornamental plant that brings life to any room. Simply peel away the lowest 3 or 4 layers of small leaves from the base of the crown to expose the raw stem underneath. Then fill a clean glass jar or a clear cup with fresh water from your kitchen tap. Rest the pineapple crown neatly on the rim of the glass so that only the very bottom of the bare stem touches the surface of the water, making sure you do not submerge the leaves to prevent rot. Place the jar in a warm spot filled with soft, indirect natural light, such as a cozy windowsill or a shaded balcony, avoiding harsh, direct sunlight that could overheat the water. Within 1 to 2 weeks, you will see beautiful, bright white roots sprouting from the base, and by week 4, a robust root system will have developed, allowing you to keep it as a unique hydroponic display or transplant it into a pot of rich, dark soil. For the home gardener tending to backyard raised beds and the small farmer managing rows of crops, the discarded, nutrient-rich pineapple skins can be used to create a spectacular, completely free liquid fertilizer and pest deterrent. Pineapple skins are naturally rich in organic acids, trace minerals, and a powerful enzyme called bromelain. which works wonders for conditioning soil and stimulating root growth. To prepare this at home, take the skins and cores from 2 or 3 pineapples, chop them roughly with your knife, and place them into a standard 5-gallon plastic bucket filled with clean water. For farmers looking to scale this up for larger fields, you can collect scraps from local fruit vendors or markets, filling a large 50-gallon blue barrel halfway with chopped pineapple waste and topping it up with water. Cover the container loosely with a lid or a breathable cloth to keep pests out while allowing gases to escape, and let the mixture ferment in a dark, warm corner for about 7 to 10 days. As it sits, you will smell a sweet, slightly vinegary aroma as the beneficial microbes break down the plant matter, infusing the water with highly bioavailable nutrients. When the fermentation is complete, strain the liquid through a fine mesh sieve or a piece of cheesecloth to remove all the solid pulp, which can be tossed straight into your compost pile to accelerate decomposition. For the home gardener using a watering can or a small hand sprayer, dilute this potent liquid by mixing 1 part of the fermented pineapple juice with 10 parts of clean water, creating a pale golden solution. For farmers managing larger acreage, pour the strained liquid directly into your backpack sprayers or irrigation tanks, maintaining that same 10-to-1 dilution ratio to ensure a safe, gentle application across extensive rows of vegetables, fruit trees, or ornamental crops. The best time to apply this natural nutrient boost is early in the morning, just as the sun is rising, or late in the evening when the air cools down, as this prevents the liquid from evaporating too quickly and allows the plants to fully drink it in. Walk through your garden or fields and apply it as a foliar spray, thoroughly wetting the deep green leaves until they glisten, or pour it directly onto the soil around the base of your plants so the mixture can soak deep into the earth around the roots. The natural acidity of the diluted spray creates an unwelcome environment for soft-bodied pests like aphids, mites, and thrips, while the rich enzymes feed the hidden microbiology of the soil, making your plants incredibly resilient. Repeat this nourishing application once every 2 weeks throughout the active growing season, and you will quickly notice your crops developing thicker stems, stronger roots, and a vibrant, healthy green color that shows they are truly thriving. Every single part of this magnificent fruit, from the pattern on its golden skin to the tip of its green leaves, and the scraps left on the cutting board, holds a valuable secret that can save you money, feed your family, and enrich your crops. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. And if you found these practical, everyday solutions truly helpful, please consider subscribing to become a cherished part of our global growing family. Don't forget to share your city or country down in the comments below. Because whether you are tending a few beautiful pots on a high-rise apartment balcony or managing acres of fertile soil out in the open countryside, your presence makes our community whole. Next time, we are going to look at a brilliant household spice sitting right in your kitchen cabinet that can stop fungal root rot in its tracks within 24 hours. So make sure to keep an eye out for that, and until then, keep nurturing your soil and enjoy every bit of the journey.